Hello, this is Cookies. I've got turn 32 of EA Machaka. Let's go ahead and dive into some of these fights. So we've got some Magic Phase Bird Raid. This is going into the False Gods Cap Circle. So pretty annoying, but nothing too crazy. He's not going to get income from this. We tried to do a little bit of blood hunting in Fogic. You see the Berytos main army move in, cutting off sailing routes for Moria. But also sulfur hazing his own army. A little bit risky, but hopefully not too bad. Only loses one spearman, so that's fine. And a small colossi raiding party. Looks like there's a few hawks, though. Ooh, a little risky, but it works out. These guys should be able to clean up one PD. Alright. In Tifia, our Merc company comes in and clears out the Fomorian PD. Commander goes down there. These should route. Kill that guy. Okay. In Olontova, we've got a large Fomorian raid, killing a little bit of Berytos PD. What are these? Blackhawks, they come in and snipe the commander. But they've already lost their commander, so they are routing. And Fomoria takes it, only losing 3 Blackhawks. Then we have a People's Arena. So no magic, but you can bring magic items. So we have this guy, pretty spooky, going up against a Nifl Jarl just with the built-in Ice Blade and Ice Aegis. Now, this guy has Gloves of the Gladiator, and the reason why they're Gloves of the Gladiator is they give you 4 attacks. Now, I believe when it's 4 attacks on one attack line item, so to speak, is these 4 attacks essentially they only target one person. So if this guy was surrounded by enemies, all 4 of these attacks would be directed at one person and any extra damage would be wasted. And similar thing with the Stone Bird, which can strike up to 8 times. Although I don't even see it in the list here, which is a little weird. So I guess maybe it's running on its own. Cannot be repelled. Yeah, it's changed a little bit. You can see them flying around though. So they're definitely there. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's go see the power of the Gloves of the Gladiator. And that whole mess is the Nifl Jarl going down to 8 HP. So he gets walloped for 2, 17, 22, and 25. And I believe these are the Stone Bird. This is also the Stone Bird. So, hull value 23 versus defense value 23. Morale negated repel. Attack roll versus defense roll. Okay. So the Jarl tries to strike out, has to fight through the Stone Bird, has to fight the morale check of not wanting to fight through the Stone Bird, and then has to go ahead and make his attack roll, and then failed it. And then he very cowardly runs away from his imminent death with 1 HP. Alright, so he's dead. He'll die off screen. And Alright, so in terms of what's going on this turn, we've got Berytos, whose main army is here. He's at least cut off raiding for the moment. So he could go up here and potentially, I think there's a fort here, so he could threaten that fort. He could also go here and threaten the capital again, potentially. He does have a large number of Ichthids and his Draken. He could start making his way over towards Kopos. Looks like he's building up some new forces to be able to counter raid this stuff with. But all in all, it seems at least somewhat Berytos favored at the moment. This fort is under siege by Vanheim. In terms of over here, if you remember, Sarmatia recently won a large battle versus Hinnom. So you can see the casualties here. So before Hinnom gets new stuff, I told them if they want the cap, they should lock it down really quickly before they get new Rephites. But otherwise, I'm going to take... We did a little bit of a territory split, so I'm going to take Hexwoods and then move to Levendalen and then work on the fort here in Midland. And that'll give us some sort of border like this. So all in all, for participating in all this fighting, I think we'd get Livenmark, Cloudcap, Mushwood, Stonegrave, Midland, Levendalen, and Hexwoods. And we'll see how the other players do, and finishing off the remaining Fomorian and Hinnom resistance. So hopefully we can finish that off pretty quickly, because we have fallen way behind on research and we need to catch up really badly. Even we need to inflect just so we stop falling behind, and then we need to inflect higher to be able to start catching up, and it's going to be very hard to do that on just 1.5, basically 3 command points a turn. So this is getting pretty desperate on the research graph, and considering the amount of land we would have, we're definitely starting to look pretty food-like. So we need to kind of fix what's going on with us and hopefully figure it out. Or at least what's going on with Machaka. I think Berytos is doing a little bit better. Yeah, they're in the middle of the pack. But Machaka looking pretty bad, falling behind players that have been besieged the whole game. So even Abyssia's much higher, and Niflheim is higher. Well, not Niflheim. So Abyssia's been sieged down. Amoria's been fighting all game. They're higher. Niflheim, they just have really expensive mages and forts. So I can see them falling behind a bit. Especially if they're maybe not sure how to crank up the research in terms of research boosters and stuff like that. And then we can see a little party of Seir over here. They're getting ready to head out. And I think that's most of it. So I'll go ahead and see you in turn 33. Have a good one.